Hi, let us discuss how to program 8255 in assembly and C. Actually, we are not programming 8255. We are going to program only 8051 microcontroller in a way that 8255 can be used and it can be programmed for any applications. Whatever the peripheral that you want to connect, we can connect it accordingly. Now, so let us write a program to send 55H and AAH to all ports continuously and understand that ports are configured as outputs. Ports are configured as outputs. So the configuration is given here. So where you have a microcontroller and other side you have 8255. Then the data pins are connected in parallel to the 8255. Then 16-bit address pins are connected here and it's a latch, and we have a read and write operations. Okay, so how to write a program? So first thing what you have to understand here is, as we have discussed earlier, first we have to find the address address of the control register. Next, we have to write a byte into a control register. Byte into a control register. So address of the control register will help us to select the 8255 and also to select the ports. Control register will help us to content of the control register will help us to very good. For what purpose? It is for configuring the ports. For configuring the ports. Okay. Now, so the thing is the ports are configured as outputs here. Okay, then ports are configured as outputs means it's in out mode and all thing it's going to be 0000, isn't it? Okay, then for the external data transfer, be it a memory or be it a 8255, we use DPTR. We use DPTR only. Okay, let's see that. So what do? We have we know that the control register, if we want to address the control register, the value to be passed here is 80H. 80H is the control word that we have to write into the into the 8255 to configure all the ports into an output mode, isn't it? So that we load value 80H into a register, into a register. If you understand, if you see the previous videos, then you will understand that how we got 80. Then the DPTR is loaded with the value 4003. DPTR is loaded with the value 4003, isn't it? On what basis? The address bits, the values, isn't it? So if you want, first we are selecting the control register. To select the control register, we are passing what value? 4003. 4003 is the control register value you are passing. So that we have taken into DPTR. Next, whatever the content EA. Okay, so now this is the address of the control register now. So now whatever the value in EA, that will move it into uh, to the address pointed by DPTR. DPTR is pointing to what address? 403. 4003. That is basically pointing where? It is to the control register. So 80H is the control register value that we'll write through the DPTR and through the to the control register. Okay. Next, what do? We know it is to send 55 and AAH to all ports continuously, isn't it? So we take the data 55H into A register. So next, what we have to do? We have to send it to all the ports, isn't it? So first we have to address to the port A. So how do we address to the port A? DPTR hash 4000H, 4000H. Then after doing that, then this A value should be moving to that, to moving to the address pointed by DPTR, that is the value 55H, that is in A register. So from A, move it to the address pointed by DPTR. So 400H means it will go to A register. It will go to, so not A register, port A, port A. Then, what do we do? Yes. If we want to go to next port, it's just an increment of 1, isn't it? 4001. So what do we do? We increment the DPTR. As we increment the DPTR, then it becomes 4001, isn't it? Then whatever is there in A, we move it to at DPTR. So DPTR is now pointing to 401. So to the address 4001, the content of A is moved. What is there in A? That is 55H. Similarly, for other the port C also we do by incrementing DPTR, we get 4002. Then to the 4002, the content of A is transferred here. Okay, so uh, as we do this, the contents are now transferred to port A, port B, port C. So first we initialize the control register with the control word 80H, which will configure all the ports as inputs. And the next thing what you have to do, we have to change it to AAH. So you know that the complement of 55H is going to be AAH. So we complement the A value. After complementing A value, now again, what do? We have the content in A. So whatever is in there A, that we have to move it to the uh, address being pointed by DPTR, isn't it? So what we can do, we can call a particular some delay. After a delay, we can come back to this place again, so that the signal can be transmitted to the ports A, B and C respectively. So using like writing a simple program in a microcontroller, now the 8255 will transfer the data through port A, port B and port C. Understand? Okay. Now let's see this configuration. Okay. Here you have a microcontroller. Here is a latch and here is a programmable peripheral interface. Then the data pins are connected here. Now you can see that some more address pins are being used here. Address pins are being used here. Okay. Okay, fine. Now let's see what is the requirement. Find the in-out port addresses. Find the in-out port addresses assigned to ports A, B and C under the control register. Under the control register, isn't it? So what we will get here? Yes, we will get the value. So for this configuration, we have to find out what are the values we have to load it into the control register, and particularly first the in-out port address. So through these data address pins, what are the values we have to pass, isn't it? Okay. So looking at this, okay, here we have the address from 0 to 15, totally 16-bit address is given here. And here A0 to A7, A0 to A7, it is to carry the address. And in this, we are taking only two bits of the address, isn't it? That is A1 and A0, isn't it? For port A, it will be 00. For port B, it will be 0110 and 11 for control register. So we are going to use 00011011 here. Next, if you look into this configuration, it's very explicit that user, because of this NOT gate, that means there are A5 is having the value 0, A14 is having the value 0, and A13 is having the value 0, but only A12 is having the value 1. The remaining are unknown. The remaining are unknown, isn't it? So here 0, here 0, here 0, here it is 1. So this is actually, and in binary this is 1, isn't it? Hexadecimal in the 0001, in hexadecimal this is 1. Then remaining parts are 0, isn't it? Other part is also 0. Then here only, if you look into these two bits, now what will be having? It will be having 00 for A, isn't it? So it is actually 1, none, totally 0000. So that is for port A, isn't it? That is 1000H for port A. Similarly, the same configuration 01 for port B, then 10, that is 2, isn't it, for port C, and similarly 1003 for control register. Control register, isn't it? So that's how. Next requirement is find the control byte for PA. Find the control byte for PA in input and PB is output. Then PC is also output, isn't it? So if you work it out with the control word registers like D7 to D0, right? So if you work it out in that, so first bit is going to be your mode bit, so that will be 1, and all other ports are going to be in input mode. So it will be actually, if you look the workout, you will be getting the value 10001, then 000, that is actually 90H is the value that we are supposed to pass it into the control register. Understand? So first we on the program, what do we do? First we will locate the control register. We'll write this value into control register. Then we will, this is for configuration. Then after configuring, we send the value into the ports, isn't it? Okay. Now let's see simple example. Write a program to get data from PA, that is port A, and send it to both B and C. Both B and C. So we are going to write a program to get data from the port A. So first of all, we are going to use the microcontroller to send the data into PA. Then from PA, we'll give it to port B and also for port C. Okay. So how this will be done? Let us assume that the previous configuration, what we have discussed, the same thing is going to be used. Then what will be the control word? The control word is going to be 90. Where it should be given? It should be given to control register. What is the address of control register? 1003. So 1003H is loaded into DPTR. So now DPTR is pointing to 1003. To 1003H address, we write the value 90H. So that we have one part is done. The next one is what? We have to send some data into this one port A of the 8255. So what do we do? First we locate the DPTR. We point the DPTR to the address 100H. So port A is being pointed. So then what we'll do from here, that whatever the value is there in DPTR, that we will move it into a register. Okay, that will move it into a register. So as we move the data, so 100H is pointing to the port EA. So then what we'll do, we'll take from there, we'll take the value into A register. Now the whatever the value that taken from port EA, it is now in A register. Then what you have to send it to both B and C. So what we'll do, we'll increment for 1001. So 1001 means it's pointing to B, port B now. So where is the value that is taken in from port A? It's an A register. So from A register, it's given to the address in DPTR, that is 1001. Similarly, to for C also, we use the same thing. What do? We use the incrementing DPTR, and after incrementing DPTR, we send the value to the address in DPTR, and this operation can be continued if it is required. Okay, so all that you have to do is first you have to generate a control word and to find the address for the ports and the control register. Then load the control register content. After that, however we want to use your port, you can use it for either for taking the data from the microcontroller or transferring the data internally into 8255. Okay, now let us see how to write a C program to send 55H and AAH to all ports of 8255 continuously. Assume the base address of the 8255 is 400H. So what does it mean? 400H means it is basically a, yes, port A, and 4001 means it is port B, 402 port C, 403 is a port that's a control register, isn't it? Okay, so now you know, let's see that how to do it. So we'll write hash include reg51.h. So here we are going to use one important construct here. So for that reason, there's one more header file is going to be used. Hash include absacc.h. Okay, so this will help us to have an external uh, memory interfacing and also for having an external 8255 interfacing, because we are going to send the data to and fro from the microcontroller to 855. So to access this, special functions are defined here. So let us discuss that in detail as we use the particular construct. So this is another header file. Okay, so next what we'll do, we let us say there is a delay between the 55H and EAH. So we have a delay here, MS delay. So it is going to take an argument. So it's of integer type. Then the main program is started here. The main program will use one variable here, that is unseen character value. Unseen character value. So now here, this is the construct that I was telling you. So x byte is the basically the construct that is used in absacc.h. This helps us to access the data externally, either through the memory or through the 8255. Okay. So now here, where x byte of the address, x byte of the address, that means external byte of the address. So from port A of the microcontroller, that is a port 0, I'm sorry, port 0 of the microcontroller, the content will be given to the 0x4003. What is this basically? Yes, this is basically a, what is this? This is basically a address for control register. Okay, 0x80, it is not basically a port 0, it's basically control control word, because we are using 400H, isn't it? So and also we are using all the ports as inputs. All the ports are inputs. So for that, the control word is 0x80. So this value is moved into 4003 control register. Okay, control register. Then what do we do? We start out the main program, while program. That is, in the while we are going to repeat it continuously. After that, now first we'll write the value. To the value, we'll write the value 55H. 55H. Now this value should be moved to one the port A, isn't it? So port A is pointed by the address 400H. So to the 400H, the value will be moved. That is, will be moved. Similarly, the same value only we are moving to all the ports. So 401, the value will be moved. Then 402, the value can be moved. Okay, then after that, what do? We call for a delay, isn't it? We'll call for the delay. So the delay is there. After calling a delay, we'll change the value to EAA. Change the value to EAA. Once we have changed the value to EAA, next again we have to repeat the same statements. So value to 400H, that is port A. Then value to 4001, port B. Value to 4002, that is port C. Got it? So then we have a delay. So continuously this is going to take the value 55 and AA to all the ports, port A, port B, port C, and this is going to be done continuously. A simple example is discussed here. Then the, what is it? The delay subroutine. The delay subroutine is as usual. It is a function called ms delay and takes an argument here of integer type. And next what happens? Then we have some two local variables I and j, and we use this for loops inside. As it gets executed, sufficient amount of delay is going to be produced. 100 millisecond of delay will be produced here between the 55 and AAH. Okay. Next, let us see. Write a C program to get data from PA, that is port A, and send it to both ports P and C, and use a base address of 4000. Use a base address of 4000 for the 8255. So this assembly version also we have discussed for this same thing. There we have used with the base address of 100H. Now we use the base address of 400H. H. So what do you have to do? So the 400H is basically the address for the port A, and 4001 will be the address for port B, 4002 will be the address for port C, 4003 will be the address for control register, and depends on whether we are using all the ports or input or output, we write the control register content, isn't it? So previously we worked out the same thing, we are going to follow it here. Okay, reg51.h, and to have an external access we use this header file absacc.h. Then main program is started. In the main program we have a local variable character value. Then now the control word we move it to the control register that is appointed by the address 4003. Then what do we have? We and take the value, isn't it? So 400 is basically the address of port A. From here the value will be taken into the value variable, and from the value variable it will be given to B register, that not B register, it's for a port B, and also for port C, isn't it? Port C. So 400H will point to port A, 4001 will point to port B, and 4002 will point to port C. Good. So this operation gets repeated. So only thing is you need to understand that you have to use a special header file and the X data for accessing the data external to the microcontroller. Okay, thanks for watching.